College football season is just around the corner, and good sports talk is here now. Marky Billson, Tri-City Sports Now, 1420 WEMB Sports Radio, jetbroadcasting.live, or yes, on the most followed sports talk radio Facebook page in the market, 1420 WEMB Sports Radio. You can see this handsome face of mine and learn that I am, yes, the best dressed sports talk, sports personality in the market. Nominated for 3 awards. The voting is over. If you didn't vote on me, shame on you for 6 weeks. But yes, I was nominated for Best Radio Personality, Best Sports Personality in the Market, and the Best Sports Show in the Johnson City Press Best of the Best Readers Poll. I mentioned before that the best quarterback, in terms of being a pro prospect in college football, Trevor Lawrence, no surprise, comes to Tagovailoa. And then you've got Jarrett Guarantano at 21, which I found very interesting because Adrian Martinez is only number 24. Nebraska, that's the guy, right? Tennessee always won it. But Pro Football Focus actually thinks, slightly at this point, a lesser pro prospect, even though Nebraska picked to do better this year than Tennessee in almost every preseason ranking. Now, if you're looking for pro prospects that, maybe, everybody's heard of Tua, everyone's heard of Trevor Lawrence, but here we go. Oregon's quarterback, Justin Herbert, who may have, they say, regressed a bit last year from 2017, but it's just because he had such a great 2017. Dario King at Houston, maybe there's a reason why Dana Holgorsen wanted to go coach the Cougars. And, in fact, PFF calls King the nation's most electric player with both his arm and his legs. They like the running quarterback at PFF. I can tell this more than I do. But they think that last year he had the second highest overall grade for a quarterback. Had 7.6 yards per pass attempt, which isn't bad. You want to get to 7, so 7.6 is right there. He's had more than 1,200 yards rushing on the ground. I'm not big on that, but it's better to get a first down scrambling than be sacked, certainly. It's just that when you keep relying on it, bad things can happen. Mason Fine, who does he play for? North Texas. And he is a record holder for the Mean Green in just every passing category. I guess a star player playing for North Texas in the Sun Belt. That's not a big surprise. But they think that Mason Fine is the 5th best quarterback prospect in college football today, major college football. Looking down here, Iowa State's Brock Purdy. The Cyclones are picking a lot of preseason top 25. He's the 8th best prospect. Jake Fromm, Georgia Bulldogs, number 9. No surprise there. What about Jalen Hurts, the transfer from Alabama? He's at Oklahoma now. 11th best pro football prospect. Shea Patterson, the Ole Miss transfer up at Michigan. The 13th. Here's something Tennessee fans ought to worry about just a little bit. Tyler Johnston, the 3rd. The UAB quarterback. Yes, Alabama Birmingham. Tennessee plays Alabama Birmingham this year. And the feel is that this is a top 10 2020 NFL draft quarterback prospect. Tyler Johnston. They got a lot of advanced metrics that I could lose you on if I spoke of them, I suppose. Any Virginia fans out there? Probably not really, but Bryce Perkins is the 15th best, and I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people picking Virginia to win the Coastal this year. Ohio State's Justin Fields is the 16th best. Ian Book of Notre Dame is the 18th. I'm jumping ahead, though. Joe Burrow, LSU, talking about Southeastern Conference quarterback, 17th best. I know this. I mentioned again, Jarrett Guarantano is the 21st best prospect, according to Pro Football Focus, of course. Let's see here. Some others. Kelly Bryant at Missouri, his stock dropping all the way to 29. Kelly Bryant is only 29th best pro prospect in college football. We're going to have a tremendous class this year, in my opinion. Zach Wilson at BYU. It's another team Tennessee has to play this year. Zach Wilson, though, in his bowl game against Western Michigan, I know it's Western Michigan, he was 18 of 18. That's who Tennessee will be playing early on in the season, Brigham Young. And so that's the game that I think a lot of people are going to gauge the season by. West Virginia was kind of a gauge last year. Yeah, the first one. This year, it's BYU. And if the players keep going down on defense, that might be a bit difficult to stop, because I don't know if Zach Wilson is in the mode of the, when BYU was a quarterback U with McMahon and with Luck and with Robbie Bosco, for that matter. Guys like that. Gifford Nielsen and Steve Young. Ty Detmer. I don't know if you can, put Zach Wilson in that class, but he's the guy, they say, that can bring back the memories of those great quarterbacks from a previous era. Any Penn State fans out there? Sean Clifford is number 31. I was surprised on this. Jake Bentley is now only 33rd, South Carolina's senior quarterback. And I was surprised that he was only the 33rd best prospect in major college football as far as a quarterback in terms for PFF. I would have thought a little bit higher. Going forward from there, Appalachian State, Zach Thomas, 40th best prospect. Okay. Appalachian State getting their feet wet in the FBS. They were nationally ranked for a week last year. And so Thomas, they like his ground game as well, if you will. He ran for 581 yards. Says he knows when to scramble and when to force the ball into tight windows. And he's as good a quarterback the Sun Belt has to offer. Then Shai Werts of Georgia Southern is right behind him. Felipe Franks, Florida, 43rd best quarterback prospect. This one I do not get. Terry Wilson. Anybody see anything out of Terry Wilson last year? I mean, I thought that, this was like the worst quarterback in the SEC, but they got him 46th. And Pro Football Focus even says his anticipatory throws are a thing of beauty, but need to come far more than they did a season ago for the Wildcats to be considered a scary aerial attack. Until Blanda, Parilli, Wilson. No, kind of a gap there, huh? Until then, Wilson can rely on his rushing ability, and that is among the nation's best. Again, they like running quarterbacks at PFF more than I do. Matt Corral, Ole Miss, is their 50th best prospect for the pros. Surprised a little bit there. Going down further, Oklahoma State with Mike Gundy, you'd think that they'd have a good quarterback. They don't even know who it is, but they just say, okay, it's 60th. It's going to be between two guys named Drew Brown, Spencer Sanders, and I suppose somebody named Harry could also be there. Tommy Stevens, 63rd. He was Mississippi State's quarterback. That's another team Tennessee has to play this year. And frankly, that's got to be a little bit of a good news, Tennessee fans. Because Guarantano, is 21st. I do think it's a wee bit high, but still. What about Kelvin Hopkins Jr.? He's at Army. And yeah, there's Greenville product that's going to Army to play quarterback, we think. By the way, I'm trying to get clarification here about a player coming to ETSU. Think of that. I got to do that between the break here. Miami's quarterback, Jarrett Wilson, is only ranked as the 77th best prospect, Pro Football Focus. How about this? Virginia Tech. Ryan Willis, only the 73rd. I know I'm going out of order, but I think that's probably a reason why a lot of people aren't expecting much from the Hokies this year. So there you go. Outside of that, you've got the bottom programs. Maybe it's a little bit surprising that Gage Gubrud of Washington State is only the 95th best prospect according to PFF, or Elijah Sindelar from the quarterback factory of Purdue is only 94, or that Auburn's Joey Gatewood in Auburn, in so many people's top 15 this year, is only the 96th prospect as a quarterback, according to PFF. Then again, you get down to your low, this part, and it's like just a crapshoot. Any North Carolina fans out there? Sam Howell, number 99. Any NC State fans listening out there? Matt McKay, 98. Yeah, it goes down there. And pretty much what you would expect after that. Look for tough years. Everybody's picking them for Arkansas, Georgia Tech. Why? Their quarterbacks aren't expected to be all that good. Same thing with Wisconsin, Illinois, you name it, Kansas. I mean, you get the idea here, Worst quarterback in terms of prospect, Rutgers, Arthur Satowski. He's got to go up against the Big Ten. All right, when we come back, Jay-Z, he's going to be picking the halftime shows at NFL games and a whole lot more, and a lot of people are upset. I'll talk to you about why when we return on Tri-Cities Sports Now.